Everybody, welcome back to Real Country Crafts. Welcome if you're new. Today we're taking this sign and a pizza pan. We are going to make a romantic farmhouse transitional sign. Plus there's a calendar giveaway, so stay tuned. Okay everybody, everything will be in the description box below, but I'm using the February picture from that calendar. I'm also going to use like a box cutter and a sanding block. We're also going to use some chalk paint. You could use a glue stick to put down the graphic. However, I'm going to use a new technique for me with Mod Podge and a iron or my Cricut press. Also, you'll need some greenery and then of course some ribbon of your choice. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start by prepping this little sign from the Dollar Tree. I picked this up at Christmas time. I'm just using a flat edge to get underneath that metal piece to remove the tag, and I'll put that aside. We're not going to use it in today's DIY. The next thing we want to do is finish rounding off the circle. We don't need the hanger part of this. We want this to actually sit down inside of the pizza pan. So I just took the pizza pan and I lined it up with that circle piece underneath and just used a pencil to continue that circle around. I turned it over and I did take off all of the glitter, and it was quite a mess, but I did that because I'm going to use glue to adhere this to the other pizza pan, and I want to make sure that when that is glued down that it really does set up very well. I started out with a smaller box cutter and I came around that line as best as I could to complete that circle, and then I came in with a larger box cutter just because it cuts deeper down in, and I finished off with the smaller one just to have a nice clean cut. But guys, super simple to do. It doesn't have to be 100% round because we are going to cover that with some ribbon later. Now, I got really lucky to find this calendar and I'm giving one away today, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to use this picture from the February 2021 calendar. Really easy to remove. You just open it up and tear it out. The picture is a perfect romantic farmhouse look and the round piece fits right over top, no problem. Now I'm using a new technique to me using some Mod Podge. And so what you want to do if you're doing this technique is pour some Mod Podge down on the top of your round and start to use a paintbrush to really spread it out. You need it nice and even. If you get any clumps of glue like I did, make sure you get them off your round. You do not want that because you need a nice, flat, even coverage of this Mod Podge for the technique to work. You could use a glue stick instead if that's what you want to do, but if you use the Mod Podge, make sure that you set that aside and really let it dry. Let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway, shall we? Full rules will be in the description box below, but I have one Simply Blessed calendar to give away. You must be subscribed. Leave one comment below on this video. Please share this video out to friends and family. I can only ship this out to US residents. The winner will be announced on January 21st. You have until the 22nd to claim it. Watch the community tab for the announcement. This is not sponsored. Please see the description box for full details and rules. Okay, everybody, good luck with that giveaway. Now, we did let that set aside and dry. You can see I went in one direction. That's really key here. And because I'm using a heat press or an iron, I could use that Teflon sheet, but I'm going to use parchment paper from the Dollar Tree instead today. I have my iron or my press at about 380 degrees. You'll want to protect the surface underneath this piece, so use a towel or something like that. All I need to do is place the calendar sheet on top of the round, and I'm going to use my fingers to sort of figure out spacing, and then I'm going to lay the parchment paper on top, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my heat press from Cricut to press this down onto the wood. What that does is it activates the Mod Podge underneath. It reactivates that glue and it creates that glue adherence to the wood, but you don't have all of the wrinkling that you usually get when you use Mod Podge. And I absolutely love this technique. It is one that I am going to definitely use in future DIYs. I really am happy with how that turned out. So I just went ahead and trimmed away the excess paper, and now I'm using an emery board or a nail file. Jennifer from A Little Bit of Common Crazy shows this technique on her channel, and all you do is come down in one direction to remove the extra paper from the round, and it gives a nice crisp finish. Now once that's finished, we're going to bring in a round foam brush and some silver lining chalk paint, and we're just going to take that along the edge of this sign and also sort of over the paper on the top just to distress it just a tiny, teeny bit. If you're not yet subscribed, click that button down below. Also ring that bell so that you can be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're liking today's content, please leave me a comment and a thumbs up. It does help the channel. Now to make our farmhouse romantic sign a little more substantial, we're going to use a pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. If you are into the galvanized metal, you don't have to do this next step at all. But what I wanted to do was tone this down a little bit, give it more of an aged feel, and I felt like that would really bring in more of the romantic side of this. So I brought in some Waverly's silver lining chalk paint and just again that foam brush, and I started to dab all the way around it. I only used this one color, and I did go all the way around the pizza pan, but I did not go completely in the center because I wanted to be able to really have the glue adhere to both the pizza pan and the sign that we are going to put down. So you can see here that I did the edges in that silver lining as well, even on top of the paper. That really did help to give it that more distressed look. And as you can see, as it lays down on top of the pizza pan, some of that galvanized look does peek through, and I really like the finish on that. I'm going to bring in my favorite super glue gel and some hot glue, and I'm just going to apply it to the pizza pan itself. I'm going to make sure that I'm not going too far over so that the glue does not seep out over the sides of the sign that we're going to place on top. So it's really just a matter of layering the super glue gel and the hot glue and then placing the sign in the center, and that will finish off for us the base part of this beautiful farmhouse romantic sign. Now to finish this off, I do want to add a bow and a little bit of greenery to the top of this sign. It really is very pretty. I had ordered some gray burlap to go along with this, but it didn't arrive in time, and I really wanted to get this out for you, especially the giveaway. So I'm going to use Dollar Tree's pink burlap ribbon, which I had intended to use, but then I also picked up this sort of hot pink burlap ribbon that has no finish on it. It's not wired or anything like that, and I'm going to go ahead and use it just as a compliment. Definitely going to use this lace ribbon as well, and we are just really going to make a ribbon that is sort of a messy ribbon bow. It's not necessarily a bow at all, but the ribbon that you see here, I cut 5 pieces of those at 8 inches. I wanted that to sort of be sandwiched in between the larger burlap ribbon and that lace ribbon. Now this ribbon, I did go ahead and cut 5 pieces of it at actually 12 inches. So I took it out to 8 and brought it to the 4-inch line and cut it at 12 inches. I have 5 pieces of both of those. Then we're going to bring in the lace ribbon, and we are going to cut it the same length as that lighter pink ribbon. So just at 8 inches. I really like this little cutting mat from the Dollar Tree. If you see it, I definitely recommend that you pick it up. Once you have all of those pieces cut, we are going to just layer these. So this is the manner in which it goes. The largest piece goes on the bottom. It's that sort of hot pink, and then we bring in the lighter pink and then the lace, and then we just start to crisscross. Remember, we have 5 pieces each, so we're going to crisscross 5 different ways. You'll want to continue to do that until you've completed everything in the crisscross manner. You sort of want it to be filling in all of the gaps. Now, once you have it laid out the way you like it, take a piece of this cotton string from the Dollar Tree and make sure you capture all of the ribbon and tie it super tight in the back. Add some hot glue, and we're going to cover that with that lace ribbon. Now this is, your preference again. Any greenery that you want to use, go ahead and do that. I used this greenery from Walmart. It is lamb's ear. It is super pretty. I think it really adds to the romantic feel of this sign. You'll just want to hot glue that down, and then we're going to sort of give everything a haircut. We want to trim these pieces of ribbon so that they don't come over the pink roses on the sign, and then you'll just glue that to the actual pizza pan itself. Then I went ahead and used some of these glitter berries from Dollar Tree, but as you'll see in the finished product, I actually used 3 and not just 1. I really sort of wish I had that gray burlap ribbon, but the hot pink doesn't scare me off too much. I think when that gray ribbon shows up at my house, I'm going to change this out a little bit. But guys, this is a beautiful country farmhouse romantic Valentine sign for you. And if you win that calendar, you will be able to make one for yourself as well. I really hope that you love this as much as I do. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Okay everybody, thanks so much for checking out yet another one of my videos. Remember, you can reach me over on Instagram at Row Country Crafts. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and please go ahead and watch another video. I will catch you in my next one. Until then, bye!